dear stampers, crafters, and card makers. Thanks for joining me today. I'm pretty excited about designing projects for the upcoming Halloween season. I just love all the fun I have making the Halloween projects. I've actually started giving away Halloween cards, especially for my fall and October birthdays, just so I can make more ideas with them because I love them so much. They're so fun. This particular card was inspired by my friend Michelle Zeendorf, who is amazing. This one is a really cool technique. And I created this for a huge card swap I am doing with 110 other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators at Stampin' Up's Founders Circle in St. George, Utah at the end of September. And I am so blessed and honored and can't thank you enough for your support. It's because of you and your support that I have been in Stampin' Up's Founders Circle for the last 10 years, which is amazing, amazing. I could never have dreamed this possible. And I'm very excited about the swap. So stay tuned to my YouTube channel coming up in the future, and I'll be sharing cards from that swap for more ideas. And this particular card is surprisingly easy to do. It's all in the order that you do this card that makes it so easy. And I'm going to show you both the order and how to do it all. Alright, let's get started. Here's that gorgeous card up close. Love the color grading here. It's so easy to do and it looks so awesome. We're going to start with our brayer. Our background is 3 colors, crushed curry, pumpkin pie, and rich raspberry. Starting with the lightest, which is the crushed curry, we're going to start with a rubber brayer, which is available in my online store. And if you're new to my channel, thanks for watching and be sure to subscribe. You can get all of the measurements on this card and all of these products and a supply list of everything I've used simply by going to this URL or clicking in the link in the YouTube description below. This is true on all of my YouTube videos, or you can click right on this video. It's going to bring you right to this project's page. You may notice my brayer is black. They don't come black. I just accidentally brayered in a permanent black ink pad once, and it permanently tinted my rubber black. So the brayer is totally fine. It doesn't hurt it at all. It just means that I can pick my brayer out in a crowd. I'm just going to move some scrap paper in here. Now when you brayer, this is an important tip. I'm doing this really slow, and I'm going to hold the ink pad up so you can see it kind of in slow motion here. See how I'm lifting and rolling, lifting and rolling, lifting. Now I'm going to do this. I'm going to start doing this really, really fast, but that's the motion I'm doing. The reason why I'm not seesawing and the reason why I'm doing it multiple times is, one, so I don't get a line across here like you do when you seesaw. You're going to get a line and it's going to roll out on your paper. And 2, I want a dark, rich color, so I want this good and inked up. So that's the motion. I'm taking my cardstock strip here, and I'm going to start off the edge and roll off the edge, then lift and come back. And I'm going to keep doing that multiple times until you get the color that you want. And if you get lines, just keep rolling. Like Dory, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Just keep rolling, and eventually they'll smooth out. For the next part, I'm going to need a mask. I'm using the 2-inch Stampin' Up! Circle Punch. I am punching this out of a Post-it note. Just make sure when you do it, you get a little bit of that sticky on there. And I'm going to sticky where I want my moon to go. And then we're going to break into the orange. Now when you clean your brayer, this rubber piece pops out, run it under the sink, wipe it with a paper towel, and you are ready to roll. Pun intended. Because I'm going lighter to darker, I know this isn't good. I'm not even cleaning it. Just because I'm lazy. I'm sorry, I'm doing a video and I'm lazy. I am starting at the top, and I'm only going to do about the top 2/3 of this card in orange. So I'm going to start at the top and work my way down as I'm rolling out. So I've already inked it up, and see how I'm moving my way down? This gives you the gradual color. And I'm going to keep doing this multiple times. Ink it up real good. Try not to line up where you started the last time. Start in a different parts, and that will also help prevent lines. I'm again continuously inking up and working my way down a little bit at a time. So in slow motion, I'm starting here and then a little bit down each time I roll. I know I'm going fast, so it's hard to see. And believe it or not, our last color here is rich raspberry. Really just the very, very top third. And again, doing the same thing, just working down real slow. And I want that to be really rich and dark, but I'm not lining up where I made this last line. See, can you really see that line there? I'm not lining up at all. I'm actually intentionally making a different starting point this time and Going down real slow with each roll so that it fades into the orange. And again, just keep rolling and up and down, moving up and down a little bit with each roll. Starting off the edge, rolling off the edge. And wow! How awesome is that? And then we're going to take our mask off. This is a super cool part. Ready? Bing! There is our moon. Well, right now it looks like a sun. We're going to turn it into a moon. I'm going to moon ya. Just taking a sponge dauber and the Only Orange ink pad and rubbing just a little bit of Only Orange. We're going to make this a glowing full moon on the rise. Or maybe this is a setting sun. Maybe it's not a moon at all. No, I think it's a setting sun. What do you think? Moon or sun? And this is a bundle in the new 2015 Stampin' Up! Holiday Catalog, an all-new product line that came out from Stampin' Up! This month. This is the Among the Branches stamp set. You can see there's so many fun things. You can even add these eyes to this card and it will be so fun. And the Woodland Textured Embossing folder, which we're going to use, and I'm going to show you a tip here because it matters. You don't want your branches to be upside down, and if I were to put this card in like this, I don't know if you can see there, the branches would be upside down. I feel like I'm using the folder upside down, but we're actually using it the right way. And placement was really important here. In order to get the three birds right where I wanted them, I needed this to be almost all the way to the top in the center of this folder. Okay, Big Shot die cut machine. We've got the multi-purpose cutting platform on tab 1. Place your folder between 2 cutting pads, and then on your Big Shot and crank it through. Are you ready for this unveiling? Check this out. This just made the branches all raised up and textured on this panel. It's awesome. Okay, I'm just putting my scrap paper back on here because we're going to brayer again in our last color, which is soft suede. It's a lighter of the Stampin' Up! Brown collection. I'm going to ink up my brayer the exact same way. Roll, lift, get lots of color on there. But this is uber important. You want to go super, super lightly on here, barely touching the cardstock, and just roll back and forth. And if you don't have a branch on this edge over here, you may even want to lift the brayer just a little. I cannot stress, and I'm actually seesawing, which I normally don't recommend with a brayer, but for this, very, very lightly back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then just re-ink the brayer and continue until the branches are your desired darkness. I can't stress enough how lightly you want to do this. But it actually goes very quickly. I mean, you can roll quickly, just do it really lightly. So here's what happened when I pressed down really hard. I got these little marks in between the branches, which kind of make this card, it's a spooky card, it kind of makes the card okay. But in order to avoid them, I do recommend going lightly and then just keep going over it until you get the color you want. Now once you get the trees to the darkness that you want, but you see you've got a couple of spaces here that didn't quite take with the brayer, you can fill them in with the soft suede marker. It's just so cool. So, so very cool. I love this card. I love it. Now I'm using the archival black for the spook of our birds. The owl. I think this is an owl. If it's not an owl, let me know. Now, because it's photopolymer, which is clear, I can see right through it and line up his feet with the branches. And you can see when I stamped him, he didn't stamp all the way. I was kind of stamping him over a branch. But it's totally fine that that happened. I'm going to show you a tip on how to fix that. Then we're going to stamp our raven, or maybe he's a crow, or both, or either. One in the moon, or the sun, and one off to the left-hand side. My tip for when your bird down here at the bottom didn't come out exact, and it may not because we're stamping over a textured branch. Take the brush tip end of your basic black Stampin' Right marker and just fill in any parts that didn't quite make it in the silhouette. And I'm even going to draw his little clawed down to touch the branch there so he doesn't look like he's floating. I hear a lot from my customers that tip alone, filling in the silhouette with the Stampin' Right marker, is worth its weight in gold. That's why our Stampin' Up! Color palette of matching cardstock, ink pads, markers, etc. all are so important. I just used snail to attach those. And then from the teeny tiny wishes, I stamped Happy Halloween, punched it out with the word window punch, and punched a black one out, attaching those two together with some snail and then placing them on our card. And our Spooky Brayer Halloween card is complete. Do you love it? Be sure to leave a comment below and let me know what you think. And be sure to visit my blog for hundreds more video tutorials, cool stuff, sales, specials, Stampin' Up! News, and so much more. Thanks for joining me today.